My name's Graeme Cheevers and I'm head chef of Martin Wishart Loch Lomond in Cameron House. So the turbot dish I'm going to show you is barbecued fillet of turbot from Scrabster with smoked celeriac sauce and mushrooms. So the preparation process, we're going to run the knife straight down the spine and remove both fillets from either side of the bone carcass. We'll then turn the fish over and remove the next two fillets from the fish. We're going to keep the skin on and we're going to use the top, which is the brown side skin. And for the baked celeriac, we're going to make a salt dough first. So for this, we're going to use some ash from the barbecue, so we reserve this from when we've been grilling other meats or fish on the menu. We're going to mix it with flour, salt, egg whites, and mix it until it forms a dough. We're going to take our celeriac and barbecue it over open coals until it gets black on the outside. This is then going to be wrapped in the salt dough and baked in the oven at 180 degrees for 30 minutes. Once our celeriac is baked, we're going to leave it to cool before we remove it from the crust. We'll then slice the skin off and we'll use that skin, mix it with the stock, the water, to create a sauce. We'll let that simmer on the stove for 30 minutes before we take our shallots and garlic and we sweat them off in the butter. We'll then deglaze it with our wine before we add our stock of celeriac into this. Okay, so we'll now pour our celeriac sauce into our wine reduction. For our fennel element of the dish, we're going to take the bulbs of fennel, we're going to cut them in quarter and heavily season. We'll take our pan, we'll add our olive oil and we'll heat it until almost smoking point. We're then going to add our fennel and we're going to brown it on each side, almost burnt. We're going to get a really dark colour on each side before we deglaze it with the wine. We're going to add our thyme and garlic, reduce the wine down to a glaze before we add our stock. We're just going to cover it with a cartouche and place it in the oven to braise for 20 minutes. For the mushroom puree, we're going to take our butter, we're going to melt it in a pan before we slice our onions and add this to the pan. Once this is sweated off, we're going to add our mushrooms to the pan and cook them. We want to cook the mushrooms until all the liquid is evaporated. We're going to season very lightly with a little bit of table salt before we add our cream. Also going to add cartouche to this and place this in the oven for 20 minutes as well. Remove the cartouche and we're just going to blend it to form a smooth puree. For the next mushroom element of the dish, we're going to have some wild mushrooms which we've picked locally. We're going to brunoise some shallots and garlic and add it to our pan. We're going to roast our mushrooms over a high heat until there's lots of caramelised colour on the outside. Once this is achieved, we're going to deglaze the pan with some chicken juice. We'll remove it to the side and add our cream to lighten the dish. Okay, now we have our garnishes together. We're going to thicken our sauce slightly with a touch of kuzu and reserve it to one side and keep it warm. Next, we're going to finish our turbot. To do this, we're going to brush the skin with olive oil and season it very lightly. We're then going to put on a Japanese barbecue. So this is a Japanese hibachi grill and we're going to barbecue the turbot on the skin. Once the fish is grilled all the way through on one side, we're going to season it with a touch of lemon juice. To finish and plate the dish, we're going to add 1 quenelle of the mushroom puree. We're going to slice some raw mushrooms and dust them with sep powder, which is a powder we make from the dried seps from last year. We're going to add some mushroom puree, put our braised fennel on the side and top it with the fennel fronds. We'll add our turbot and we'll finish the dish by adding the sauce. So there we have fillet of scraps of turbot, wild mushrooms and smoked celeriac sauce.